So you don't know what you're doing either?
I have no idea.
Guess what? Same here, man.
Let's test that theory.
You gotta do what it takes to survive.
All right, so hello everyone and welcome. My name is Michael Jobity and I'll be hosting this live stream today, as well as the award ceremony on the 25th to 26th of November. Welcome to the 4th edition of the Mirror UK Film Awards, powered by the Mirror Company and founded by our festival director, Jay Minari. The Mirror UK Film Awards, or MUFA, is a British, London-based IMDb qualifying film festival focused on diversity in auteur movies. As a member of Film Hub London and BFI Fan, MUFA provides a spotlight for underrepresented, emerging, and experienced independent filmmakers through weekly live stream Q&A sessions, as well as with its in-person career expo and networking opportunities, and an exciting festival taking place on the 25th to 26th of November at the Bromley Picture House Cinema. If you haven't done so yet, please check out our festival tickets and VIP pass for the event, and subscribe on our new streaming platform, Stream Auteur, to watch all the officially selected candidates of this edition and vote for your favorite, which will win the Best Film Audience Award. When going to mirrorbanukfilmawards.co.uk, you can select Art House Cinema on the top banner and then click subscribe. So let's get the ball rolling with our special guests today. Please welcome Gareth Parr, Gary Boulter, David Sullivan, all on the call today for Saving Grace from Australia, and a finalist for Best International Feature, Best Actress, and Best Actor in a Feature, and Best Directing. We also have our esteemed drama juror who would be joining us, who might have some questions as a follow-up, Stephen Keith Mills. But altogether, Saving Grace is another breathtaking, diversity-driven story where a character named Sarah begins a remote career to escape her violent city past. She discovers your demons can follow, turning tranquility into a terrifying nightmare. Let's take a look.
It says here that you've been at your previous position for 3 months. So why did you leave?
Well, the previous patient, Martha, she passed away unexpectedly.
You do know this is a homestay. You'll be away for weeks at a time. No visitors permitted. At all.
Albert, is there anyone in the cottage to meet me?
Not a soul. Got the house yourself. And Grace, of course.
Do you scare easily?
I'm sorry?
Wow, such an amazing trailer. I get goosebumps every time I see that. But it's such a pleasure to have everyone on the call today. Kirsty, McKenzie, as well as yourself, Gary, Gareth, and David, obviously working together for this incredible film. I have so many questions, and I guess my first question would be for Kirsty first. My first question would be, what inspired you? Did you draw any inspiration for your character and creating the performance that you did, which was an amazing performance? Did you do any, I guess, like if you can walk us through some of your preparatory work and what inspired you to really dive into this character, because it just feels so authentic and so real on screen. Just interested to kind of hear about your process in building that character.
There's such
what a beautiful thing to say. Thank you so much. I think, sort of getting to work with both Gareth and David, as well as Gary, having an amazing co-star is always it builds you as an actor. And from the very first start, the reference that was given was, I think, Happy. It's where she breaks the dude's legs with a hammer.
Misery.
It's gone. Yeah, that's the one, Misery. And just super violent. And I think for Sarah, the way I'd seen the character is that, she's obviously a troubled soul herself, but she believes so strongly in what she does. And in terms of the sort of preparation for a character like that, I think you often just look for parts of the person that you identify with. We all identify with the idea that, life is finite, that we don't live forever. And, sort of what drives a person to do a bad deed is it's quite easy to stereotypically say that somebody who does bad things is a bad person, and go, oh, they're the bad person. Or, every human is driven by human instincts and human compassionate parts. So it's trying to find that within a character is always the most incredible and fun challenge. And just sort of, I worked a little bit. We don't think we had a lot of time before we started shooting, from the time we cast to actually the shoot itself. And I really relied on, obviously, the incredible direction, as well as, like I said, Gary, and being able to enjoy yourself on set as well, sort of, so that you've got these long days and tough hours, you're having fun and you're felt taken care of at the same time. So I think it was just a beautiful harmony of everything coming together.
Yeah, such a great answer, and I totally agree. I think the environment, the team members, it all comes into play and creates a positive environment. We're able to feel comfortable and try different things with the characters. So, I really appreciate that. Before jumping into my next question, though, I'll open the floor to Jay if he has any questions for the members here.
Yes. So first of all, I want to say that Stephen, our drama juror, because of his time zone, it's 3 a.m. for him now, he wrote us his questions and we are reporting them for you. So especially he was impressed by the Foley artists. I want to say really congrats, because they made everything about life and death. So even the mundane life was transformed in certain ways in a horror film. And his question was towards the performers, and he was curious about how did you deal with the character revealing itself, basically, this shift that goes from being expected in a way from the audience and then suddenly becoming someone else, or actually showing who they really are. This is for both Gary and Kirsty. So I will start from Gary and then we go to Kirsty.
What is he asking about the character? How
he's asking about the moment that when you sort of understand the character reveal themselves. So how do you work with that turning point?
Well, I when I read the script, I thought Albert could be. Well, I don't want to give too much away, but he could be a red herring, or he could be the bad guy in this. And I tried to play a line, and leave the audience wondering, is he the bad guy? Is he going to get her? Or is he just another person like Sarah, a victim of circumstance? I tried to leave a little ambiguity there until the very end, when all becomes clear. It really is a good trailer and a film. You should totally see it.
And do you want to answer that as well, Kirsty?
Yeah, I think that in terms of very similar to Gary, that you want to keep a little bit of the suspense growing for the film, and if you give too much away at the start, then people are going to be like, well, we know what happens. I think, yes, sort of finding that delicate balance is everything, and I think there was definitely there's a beautiful twist in it, and sort of Sarah, I don't think she had like the pivotal moment where you're like, aha. I think she just sort of just grows throughout, and you know, it's a beautiful journey.
Definitely. And my personal question is actually towards this experience of co-directing this film. I'm really, impressed by the way it came out. So I'm curious about, the decisions and how did you work. I don't know both of you very well, so I would say I don't know your charisma and how one can affect the other. But I'd be pleased to hear from you. How was this experience?
I think it was a very happy set and good fun to be on, and I don't remember any kind of coming to loggerheads or anything. It was, we both wrote the script together, so each one of us would write a bit, bounce it to the other person, they would write some, and then once the script was finished, we were happy with where it was. So we knew going into it the vision that we kind of wanted. So when it came down to the actual shoot, I was obviously behind the camera a lot more, so David could watch the performances, whereas I'm monitoring focus and composition and things like that. David, do you want to chip in?
Yeah, well, I mean, Gareth was making a whole bunch of short films, and I helped out on a bunch of those wherever I could do carry bags for him. And so just from that and from the conversations that we would have about film, I knew that Gareth had great taste. And so I think I knew it wasn't going to be much of a compromise when it came to us both doing the direction. And as Gareth said, he had so many gigs on that film. He was behind the camera, so he's having to focus on shots. So yeah, I could sort of take a step back and look at the performance or anything that I think might need to be changed. So it worked well.
Awesome, thank you.
Great. I think just for myself, just a follow-up question. Obviously, it's almost like you're kind of starting a company, like you're working together. I was curious, did you have any strategies in terms of, because you're wearing so many different hats, for yourself, Gareth and David, did you, what kind of strategies did you use to stay organized? Because I'm sure there's so many moving parts. There's things that come up that you don't expect. Were there any kind of learnings or strategies in play to, stay on schedule? Because I know it's you're bouncing and managing so many different things.
Well, we were quite a small crew. Well, very small crew. It was pretty much myself, David, the sound guy, and then assistants. So maximum 4 crew on set at any one time. So there wasn't a lot to organize in regards to that. But yeah, again, just being so streamlined just allowed everything to just flow. The house that we filmed at, you could only access it by taxi boat. So that was a bit of a nightmare because if you ran out of milk or something, you'd have to get a water taxi just to go and pick up more milk or something. And it cost a fortune. So most of the budget went on the water taxi. And yeah, we all stayed at the house as well, just to make the budget work. So we lived to the horror, staying there.
It's all real. It's all real emotion. Oh, that's so funny. That's so cool. Wow. So even to get milk and just groceries, how long would it take? Back and forth?
Oh, it's not too far. Taxi ride, it's 20 minutes or so, but you got to wait for the boat to come, and it's more the expense, $200 or something to get milk. So.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So you said it was a small crew, and how long did it take, the whole filming? How long did you shoot for?
I think we did maybe 3 or 4 weekends at the house, long weekends, and then a couple of just smaller days at the other locations, pretty much single days. So it's hard. I've lost track because we kind of did half a day here, half a day there, but probably 20, 25 days total.
Mm-hmm.
So the shoots were kind of like a camp. So for the first weekend, with us barely knowing each other, apart from one read through in the auditions, we all turned up, got on a boat and went to a house for a weekend, and to do long 12 and 14-hour days that would go into sort of 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and then we'd be up in 4 or 5 hours after that and start again. So it was almost like a camp for us. And so what was critical for that was that we all got on, and otherwise it could have been a nightmare. And we all did. So it was amazing.
It's wonderful.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. We are towards the end of the live stream today, but I just want to give a special thanks to everyone on the call today for your amazing answers, helping us dive into the process of creating such an amazing film. And as I mentioned earlier before the call, I'm sure you've inspired so many listeners on this live stream today to, create their own films and understand how to, create story and evoke emotion. I think it's a really exciting skill set, and to be able to work in a team to create something so wonderful. So congratulations again on Saving Grace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, I'd like to just mention some very quick reminders for the audience for the next set of live streams. So all shortlisted candidates will be available on our streaming platform from the 25th of October until the 3rd of December. And you can vote for your favorite to win the Best Film Audience Award.
Saving Grace. Saving Grace.
Saving Grace, exactly.
Yeah.
Have a cheat code here. Visit the MUFA website, click on Films and Streaming, and subscribe to streamwellterror.com. And going to Mirban UK filmawards.co.uk, you can select Art House Cinema on the top banner and then click subscribe. And when this platform goes live, you'll be able to like the film that you want to vote for, which, as you mentioned earlier, Saving Grace is an option.
Right. The platform is actually already live since the 25th, so you're able to vote already. Awesome.
Christ.
All right.
Oh,
I'll say goodbye.
Thank you again, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thanks, Mirban team. Thanks, Jay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.